Hey, what's the story? Yours truly, Philbo here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks an absolute million for stopping by. Really appreciate you clicking on this video, and welcome back to episode 2 of the X Trilogy review series. Of course, the X Trilogy is written and directed and produced by the incredible Ty West, and it stars Mia Goth at the forefront of these three movies, who also has had a hand in writing and producing Pearl and MAXXINE. So strap yourself in for the spoiler-free review of 2022's Pearl, which was shot back to back with X. So let's get into it, shall we? First of all, this is a very different film than X. It is not a straight up slasher in any way, shape, or form. It kind of has this turn of the century kind of golden age of cinema kind of vibe to it. The music is very whimsical, the score is very upbeat, and which matches the tone. I think that the year is 1918 that this film is set, and Mia Goth's character this time around, of course, is Pearl, and she lives on a secluded farm during a pandemic, the bird flu, I believe it was, and her husband is off at fighting in World War One, and she is living with her German-born parents. Her mother is an extremely strict and headstrong woman, and her father is infirm. He's restricted to a wheelchair, and he can't speak, move, eat, hear, or do anything for himself. So she is a young 18, 19-year-old girl who is living alone with her parents during this pandemic. So it shows, first of all, this film is beautifully shot. It has an incredible throwback feel to it, like the golden age of cinema, early 1920s, 1930s films. The music, the score is just really throwback to that time, and it gives a very different tone to the film, which may throw some people off, but stick with it. It is a very different film to X, but it is absolutely perfectly filmed and looks and sounds fantastic. So Pearl is chasing stardom. She is determined that the whole world is going to know her name, and she shows early signs of violence and repressed rage, and early signs of psychotic tendencies, which is a brilliant character study for Pearl, and it's a brilliant insight into reality, where they say the first signs of mental illness and towards psychosis and becoming psychotic is hurting, torturing, and hurting small animals, which they do explore here. And she just kind of does it just kind of naturally, and she doesn't feel much emotion towards it, but she feels that she is owed absolutely everything in life, and she will, and as in the first film, will not settle for a life she does not deserve. So there is some very unique and strange happenings in this film. Again, this is a spoiler-free review, but we are going through the mental downfall of Pearl, and how her seclusion, her domineering mother, and the fact that she has to wait on her poor father hand and foot, morning, noon and night, feed him, put him to bed, bathe him, the whole bit, when all she wants to do is get out and dance and fulfill her dream of becoming a superstar. And she makes her way, and as the story progresses, she meets a projectionist down at the local picture house, who of course shows films, and they catch each other's eye, and they're kind of sweet on each other for a moment. It's actually a very cool early role for Dave Cornsweet, who was Superman in the new Superman film, which is really cool. I didn't realize at the time, but in hindsight now, yeah, he plays the projectionist, and she kind of confides in him to tell him about her goals in life and how she wants to be a big star, and that she just wishes her mom and dad would just, go away, and he sees some red flags with her, but he gives her the benefit of the doubt, and they start to become friends. But the main positive of this film is Mia Goth's performance. She has a 5-minute dialogue scene in this that is completely uncut and completely like dialogue filled. I'm talking maybe 3, 4, 5 pages of dialogue in this 5-minute shot, and it is nothing short of stunning. Now, I don't throw this around very often, but it is Oscar worthy. Her performance in this film as Pearl, I mean, it is absolutely stunning. How she puts her heart and soul into this performance, and the performance is absolutely, you can, she has that from every angle. You sympathize with her, you feel sorry for her, you pity her, and then you're scared of her, you're frightened of her, and then you are terrified of her. Now again, just like X, takes nearly approximately an hour for the gore and the carnage to kick off, but it is worth the wait. Just like X, it has an incredible build-up of tension. We get introduced to the crocodile again that lives on the land. As I mentioned, the crocodile is almost a recurring character in these first two films, because in X, the film that they're making their movie on is on Pearl's land, of course, and this is Pearl and the farm as it was in the early 1900s. But there is some absolutely terrifying scenes in this film. The plot kind of takes a little turn. Again, it's more a character study than anything, but the way it's filmed, and it just has this essence of this girl just wants to be loved, she wants to be adored, she wants to be famous, and she doesn't get any love or admiration at home with her mother and father. And she's waiting for her husband to come back from war, which seems that will never happen at this stage. So her cousin, or her sister-in-law, comes down and says that there's an audition down at the church, and that they should both audition for a dance troupe that's going to make their way across the country. And this thrills Pearl and puts her ambition into complete and utter overdrive. And then the story starts to very much unravel, and things get extremely, extremely dark. Now, please be warned, this film is very, very disturbing. There's no doubt about it. This film is very, very hard to watch in some scenes, and towards the end, it is pretty horrific, to say the least. But the performance from Mia Goth, the actual long tracking shots, there's just a certain moment here in the film when she goes to pick up an axe and walk after someone. The way it's filmed and the way it's portrayed is genuinely terrifying, and I could count on two hands the times where I've been genuinely unnerved watching a film, genuinely on edge, genuinely scared. And I remember turning to my wife going, "Oh my God, that is so scary how that's filmed." And my wife absolutely concurred. The performance is terrifying. The fact that they don't even get a look in, don't even get a mention as far as Oscars, is an absolute crying shame. This was her showcase, her film, her chance to put her stamp on the horror genre and the acting genre in general. In Mia Goth's performance of Pearl, it is breathtaking, and it's worth the price of admission. The violence is very, very intense and very unexpected when it does happen, but by the time this is over, you will be absolutely drained. This film has practically nothing funny, nothing that'll make you chuckle, nothing to break the tension. It's just a very intense, draining character study of this terribly disturbed young lady, Pearl, and you cannot take your eyes off it. It is perfectly written, incredible character development. I mean, you know every ounce and nuance of this character, and the character study of the slow steps that you see when to pinpoint if someone has the potential to become psychotic. is kind of numb to sadness, or numb to death. It's an incredible film, and by the end of it, there's a freeze frame, and a kind of a moment at the end as the credits roll that will absolutely haunt your dreams. And it goes on and on and on. The ending scene is something you will never ever forget. It's got great pacing, great supporting cast. I mean, I just can't say enough about it. If I had to nitpick on it, I'd say, you know, the tone is a massive shift. The kind of the slasher kind of the whole thing, it's like a whole genre change. But the gore is still there, and the tense, frightened atmosphere is still there. But it's a very strong tonal shift from the first to the second film, and that might bother some people. Again, it doesn't bother me. I thought this film was an absolute masterpiece of modern thriller, horror, character study, the whole bit. And I strongly recommend you see it. And so I strongly recommend you check out my review for X there a few days ago, and I hope you enjoyed this review for Pearl, and I hope I have wet your whistle to check out these movies. This is the first one. This is X, directed by Ty West, and there's Mia Goth there. She's playing Maxine in the first movie, and of course it goes back to Maxine in the third film. And then this, we have the prequel, as I just reviewed. This is Pearl, and this is the origin story of the elderly lady from X, and I've just finished speaking about it. It is absolutely, you will never ever forget watching this film for all the right reasons. It is just so creepy, so well performed. It's powerful, and it's scary, man. There's some scenes in this where it puts you completely on edge. It's just so well filmed and so well done, and all to this backdrop of like the golden age of cinema, and the music is very whimsical, and everything's very, you know, I got some sweets with the change, Mom. I got some hard candies. You know, back when everything was a penny, back in the early 1900s. It's a great period piece. And you know what? It's 4.5 stars out of 5. So 4.5 stars out of 5 for Pearl. It is absolutely brilliant, and I can't recommend enough that you check out X first, and then Pearl, and then the next review coming up will be the third and final part, MAXXINE. So stay tuned for the review for MAXXINE. I hope you enjoyed this review for Pearl. 4.5 stars out of 5. Thanks an absolute million for watching. God bless poor Ozzy Osbourne. The Prince of Darkness went into the sunset yesterday. God bless and keep his family. I love you forever and a day, Ozzy. We all do. And I hope you enjoy my trilogy series, which are now 2 videos in. So check out X. I have the link below. Hope you enjoyed the review you're currently watching for Pearl. And next, stay tuned in the next day or two for a full review of MAXXINE. So, thanks for watching. May the sun always shine. Be sure to consider liking and subscribing. I truly appreciate that. All the returning viewers, thanks a million for stopping by to Philbo's again. I truly am forever in your debt. So, stay cool, stay happy, and we'll see you on the next video. Yours truly, Philbo, Outbo.